Rivet Licker here. Today's video is the Rivet Redux version of sealing dreads with a steam cleaner or a steamer and how to twist them properly. Now, a few things first. I've already got my steamer plugged in, but as you notice, this is a really crappy steamer. This only cost me $35 in Australia. And you can get ones pretty much like this for around the same price in the US and the UK, give or take a few dollars and conversion rates. So anyway, how you want to steam, you'll always want to steam with the upholstery attachment and the little towel boot on it. Now the towel has to be completely dry when you start, and you will want to replace the towel. You can use a tea towel, you can actually tie a tea towel on there. You'll want to change it every few dreads, especially if you're doing long dreads, because once this gets soaked, the steam gets cold and the steam doesn't come out as hot. Why do I use steam? Well, steam is the fastest penetrating source of wet heat available at my disposal through a steam cleaner or a garment steamer, which is really popular now and they're really affordable. So the next best sealing method is boiling water, because it actually penetrates to the core of the dread. If you are using a flat iron, sure, you can create steam by doing that, but you're only sealing the outside, and if you've got really thick dreads, this one's going to be pretty thick at the top. You're not going to get all the heat through the dread into the middle and have the middle sealed, so you're only going to be sealing the outside. But to the point, I don't think this particular steamer steams the candy cane swirl dreads nicely, so I'll just give them a once over just to put them in shape, and then I'll go over them with the kettle just to get that final core penetration. But anyway, we're going to need today, you're going to need your steamer, obviously, a pair of scissors to trim the ends, and a pair of needle nose pliers for sealing the ends, which I will show you how to do in a moment. But first things first, prepare your steamer, have it heat up. Always only ever use the steamer when the light is off, otherwise you can do pretty bad damage to your steam cleaner. So anyway, we have a single-ended dread here. It's really sealing double-ended dreads. If you have watched my backcombing video, there really is no difference in the twisting and steaming technique as there is there's no difference. You just, instead of holding the anchor here, instead you got the dread basically sitting in this here, and you just got one side. You just have to do two legs. So that doesn't matter. This is a universal video. But for purpose's sake, we're just doing single enders because they're easier to make. What we're gonna do, to start twisting, use your thumbs. Your thumbs are what are gonna smooth the dreads down. And basically you're just gonna take it, twist, take it, twist, take it, twist, and use your thumbs to twist the dread in whichever way you want. If you're right-handed, it's easier to twist to the right. If you're left-handed, twist to the left. And remember just to twist in one direction, because if you seal them in different directions, it looks horrible. It's off-putting. I think it's actually off-putting when you come to sell the dreads and I see one dread is twisted one way and the other one's twisted the other. It's just, it really doesn't, it's not a selling point, because you want these types of dreads to be uniform. Take the steamer, put it on top, and let the steam go, and just curl it around. And this is how you get smooth dreads. Make sure you get from the other side and go in the opposite direction. That's how you get smooth dreads without using a flat iron. And that's also how you get all the steam into the core of the dread. So just keep twisting, as you see here. And this kind of twisting will, one, prevent helixing, which are those cracks you get along here which look awful. Really, really awful. And you especially get them with candy cane dreads because they're slightly harder to seal, but we'll give it a go. But basically all dread styles seal the same. except for the wrappies, which you have to do a couple of different sealing methods for those. Oh, that steam is very hot. Forgetting that is, it's 1200 watts of steam. That steam is 100 degrees Celsius, so over 100 degrees Celsius, so be careful. Now you're gonna get to a point where it's too thick to hold with my hand and too thin to actually use, like, to hold it. It's basically too thin to hold in your hands, that's what I mean. Just use I just like to use my pliers, really. I can twist them. Go on. Just smooth it down like that. Twist it. Give it another twist. Seal it from the other directions. Careful not to operate your steamer at a vertical angle because it doesn't work. My steamer is actually quite upright, so there we go. Just give it a twist. Now the most important thing is when you are sealing, which no one listens to this and then they think, why the hell are my dreads unraveling? Keep the dread in its position until it's cool. Until it's cool. It's still very warm here, so it's going to unravel. So whilst my my steamer is ready to heat up again, it's just stopped heating up because the steamer will need to continuously reheat the water. And also, here's a tip. Whilst this is cooling down, still warm, not going anywhere, use demineralized water. Deionized water if you're in the US. That stuff, it's basically just filtered and there's no minerals in it. It will help prolong the use of your steamer. It's better than using tap water. Even if they say, like with those Shark steamer ads, the steam mop, you get great results with just tap water. Don't listen to them, seriously. Use demineralized water. Like, I got a 4-liter bottle of it for like $2 at the supermarket. It's actually cheaper than bottled water, which is surprising. And it's also good if you want to rinse your hair without getting all that chlorine and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, this dread is cool, so we'll just let it go. There we go. See, it's actually solid. Now, for solidity, you want them to be pretty solid. It's until you get them into your hair where you want them to soften up. And this way, if you twist them correctly, they will soften up nicely and they won't unravel when they're in your hair. They'll just be a bit more spongy. At the moment, these are pretty rock hard. That means the steam has actually gone right in. And I do twist pretty tight, so they often end up smaller than normal, some of the other people's dreads. But I prefer them to be a bit tighter at first because that way they actually sit better in falls. So when we're getting towards the end, I've still got a bit more there, but I'm just going to clamp the end there. I'm just gonna give it a steam. You don't need that much steam. And then all you have to do is just give it a few twists and wait until it's cooled down. You can blow on it. And just continue with the very end. Well, depending on how long you want to make it. The ends get pretty thin, so don't leave too much right on the end. And try and get it right on the end tip of the pliers. That way it'll just give you like a special sealed end. But as you can see on the other side. Now using the cloth here, it acts as the same way as the steam would with a flat iron, but I don't know, it's just less. It actually gets to the core of the dread. Now anyway, you've completed sealing. What you want to do now is just to check for any loose spots. I've got one here, so I'm just going to need to reseal that area there. And just keep it twisted. And as you can see, the dread looks really smooth, but it's actually not very smooth at all. It's actually quite rough. As you can see, there are bits of fuzzies on that. So there's no such thing as a smooth dread. Even if you do like triple seal it or whatnot, use a flat iron afterwards. And there's another loose spot here, so I'm just going to tackle it. So yeah, this is basically how to seal a dread, and oh my god, look, you've just made your first dread. Watch it by watching my videos. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Now, just gotta let this set, otherwise it will unravel. But yeah, we're doing well. So this is what your dread should look like. Nice and even here, and then starts tapering down into a very thin end. It looks nice, doesn't it? Anyway, it's the same process with your swirl dread. Just simply twist it up. If you need to learn how to twist it, all that particular twisting information is in my swirl dread, candy cane dread video. And basically all dread styles that look like this, even transitional dreads, blended dreads. Striped dreads not so much, because they have a special twisting method, which I will teach in another video. Yeah, so basically, you've got a tiny little loop there. Come on, focus. There we go, tiny little loop. You got a few fuzzies, it doesn't matter. The fuzzies don't matter. There we go. But it's even. It's not lumpy. Oh, there's one little lump there, but that's just... I think this was the one I used in backcombing 101, possibly. And yeah, fuzzy, that's normal. Fuzz is normal. I hate this camera sometimes. But hey, we're here, you do a bad one. And the end is nice and tightly sealed. Come on. Hello, my fingers are in the way. Come on, focus! There we go. Now all you have to do is take your scissors, and you might want to use a ruler just in case to measure. Let's see how long I got this one. Okay, that's 12 inches. And there's 6 inches. So I'll just cut it at the 6-inch point, and there we have a beautiful 18-inch long dreadlock. These are what the swirl dreads look like sealed. This one here, that's what that one should look like. And these ones, their loops are a bit more perfect because I used the same tool that I used to seal my crochet dreads with, which is the that broken coat hanger, and they have better loops than this. This is tighter. This loop will sit very nicely against the scalp. And these are just a slightly bigger, but ideally you want your loops to look like that. So they're what we call perfect loops. But yeah, pretty simple. And as you can see, they are not smooth at all. They're actually quite rough feeling. So they're not smooth. So it doesn't matter if you've got so many pokies. They look smooth from here, but not from that angle. So anyway, figured out how to get the focus on here. I'm Rivet Licker. Please hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family, and keep calm and dread on. Bye! Oh, did you think I was going to leave you now? Well, no, I'm back. Anyway, just a quick farewell message. Now, I notice a lot of newbies, after they've sealed their dreads, they unravel them to check their durability, and are questioning, oh my god, my dread's not staying put. Well, of course it's not going to stay put if you unravel it. You're not supposed to do that. And it's worse when customers do that and then try to put a PayPal claim in and say, you did a crap job, I want my money back. Anyone who does that doesn't deserve their money back, and frankly they don't deserve dreads. But what I want to show, I'm pretty sure I may have showed these in a previous video, I'm not 100%. But I just abused this dread a little bit. I whacked it around, just made it as though this has been worn a couple of times. Now, yeah, if that's gonna happen, if you're gonna do that, obviously it's gonna look crap. But look, if you twist it in the same direction, oh my god, it goes back to normal. Of course it doesn't stay hard, but If it does unravel a little bit, it doesn't matter, you just twist it up a little bit. Anyway, right now it's really spongy, and it's good because it feels nice and soft. The end's still sealed perfectly, which is a really good thing, and it just starts getting softer the higher you go. The loop's still intact, the loop looks good. At this point, all you want to do, if you've worn them in your hair, all you want to do is just give them a wash, and then you can steam them again and they'll be back to normal. But I'll tell you what, it's not such a bad thing putting a dread that looks like this back in your hair, because it looks more real. And this is what dreads look like after they have been worn several times. So don't worry if they don't stay put, if they don't stay in that extra rigid position. Surely with falls, yeah, you want them to stay a bit more rigid, but if you're installing them, it doesn't matter if it looks like this. Look, it's just a tiny bit fluffy. Focus. It's still a bit fluffy, but it's not horrible. As I said, it's not perfect. It has a few cracks in it, but those cracks don't matter because it mostly, from far away it looks okay. From far away it looks like a thicker dread, but really it's absolutely pointless to unravel it. And it's absolutely pointless to smooth them down. As I said in my twisting video, that's where it might have been, where I said the unraveling bit. In the smooth dreads video, why bother? That is why you don't bother, because that's what they're going to look like after they've been worn. So I hope you found this little bit of information useful, and please pass it on to your clients, and put a disclaimer in your pretty much your terms and conditions saying any dreads that have been purposely unraveled, you will not get a refund. So yeah. Now, if you learn dreads, you don't have to sell right away. You don't have to sell your first set, and especially don't sell your first set. It's horrible. You don't have to sell every single dread you make, okay? I'm not selling these. These are probably going to go into the rubbish bin. But do something nice with them. You can give them to a friend. Be nice. Don't do it for profit. Just, as I said before, keep calm and dread on. Love you guys.